following is a clip from Bill Maher. Now, he makes a good point in this clip I'm about to show you. Now, I don't agree with everything he says. I don't agree with his atheistic views, but in this clip, he makes a good point. And I didn't show everything because some of it wasn't appropriate. But check out this clip here.
But really, what tripped up the little cult on the prairie was that they only abused hundreds of kids, not thousands all over the world. Cults get raided, religions get parades. How does the Catholic Church get away with all of their buggery? Volume, volume, volume. If you have a few hundred followers and you let some of them molest children, they call you a cult leader. If you have 1 billion, they call you Pope. It's like if you can't pay your mortgage, you're a deadbeat. But if you can't pay 1 million mortgages, you're Bear Stearns and we bail you out. He wrote a letter instructing every Catholic bishop to keep the sex abuse of minors secret until the statute of limitations ran out. And that's the church's act.
Here I want to read an article from the guardian.co.uk. I'll put the link up in the box so you can check it out yourself and read the whole article. But I want to read to you the specific statement made on this article. And here it goes. If the Pope himself doesn't take a stance, apologize for what Rome has committed over the past decades in terms of cover-up, then our believers will become even more disappointed than they already are. Why only an apology? Every last one of these Catholic priests that committed these crimes against these children need to be locked away in jail. Not just one, not just two, but every last one of them that done this crime. Now, what gets me, not that I'm taking up for this certain group, but a while back there was a group of Mormons that they rounded up everybody in that Pacific part of that church for the same thing. Why is it that no other religion gets away with this stuff like anybody should, but it seems as though that you cannot touch the Catholic Church when they go around touching? You know, why is it they could get away with it so much? And you're just going to apologize? What gives the Pope the right to apologize for a whole group of people who did this? Someone couldn't apologize for me for what I do. Only I can apologize. But in this case, these people need to be put in jail where they belong. And that's the truth of it. I'm not sugarcoating it whatsoever. That is the truth of it. If a Baptist, any individual in a Baptist church or Seventh-day Adventist church, Methodist, or any other denomination committed a crime like that, well, guess what? They will be put in jail. Now, I haven't heard a big issue of widespread pedophilia in the Baptist or any other church like you hear in the Catholic Church. But if it happened, I'm sure something will be done about it. So why is it that the Catholics could get away with such crimes, that the Pope could get away with such crimes? Why is it? Well, in the next article, we're going to find out why. Now, I want to go on record. I'm not making this video to attack the Catholic Church. But come on, let's be truthful. This does not make any kind of sense whatsoever that a group of people get away with such things. Now, in the previous statement, it stated that, you know, that some action needs to be done because they don't want people to be more disappointed than they already are. That's not going to help. Like I said, if you want to help your credibility, these people need to be locked up. That's what I see. Or else you're just trying to cover it up and just smack them on the wrist, say, okay, whatever. That doesn't help them children whatsoever. It doesn't help them mentally when they're thinking about somebody doing them things to them. I don't mean to be that blunt, but let's get real. Okay, we're going to go on to the next slide and find out why this happens and nothing is never done about it. Okay, this article comes from slate.com. I also put that link in the box so you can check out the whole article for yourself. And the title of this article is called Can the Pope Be Fired? And as we read, can the Pope face prosecution under secular law? No. The Pope is immune from prosecution under the local laws of the Vatican. It's also a principle of customary international law that heads of state enjoy immunity from prosecution. That includes the Pope, who is both the head of the church and the head of the Vatican City. When the three plaintiffs sued the Pope in Texas court in 2005 for allegedly helping cover up their molestation by a priest in Houston, the U.S. Justice Department urged the court to dismiss the suit on grounds that the Pope enjoys immunity as head of state of the Holy See and that such a lawsuit would be incompatible with the United States foreign policy interests. It's possible that once a head of state leaves office, he can become liable for crimes committed before he took office. Since sovereign immunity applies to leaders only while their head of state or to acts performed as a head of state. However, the Pope almost never retires, so he's unlikely ever to face prosecution. There you have it. Now you see why they get away with it. They can't face prosecution. So he can just say, well, I'm going to apologize on the behalf of everybody and the Catholic Church is going around doing these things to these children. Nothing ever happens. Oh, they may round up one or two here and there just to make themselves look good. But that's not enough for all I'm concerned. And I'm sure it's not enough for those children. Every last one of them need to be put in jail. And that's the truth of it. I'm sorry, but that's the truth of it. There's another article from hugepages.com. And as it reads, the victims who have found enough courage to come forward were paid off or ignored. It was not until the 1990s when a sexual abuse case was filed against a Boston priest that the long history of Catholic Church abuse has been revealed. This serious problem within the system of the Catholic Church has involved thousands of victims and more than 1,000 of priests in different archdioceses all over U.S. Since many of the victims have filed cases against their offenders, the total compensation payment has reached several hundreds of millions of dollars. And here you can see all the payout that was given out in 2002. Now this is a shame. I don't know how money's going to help those children with their mental problems every time they think about what has happened to them. It's just a shame that this goes on. And the following clip is the after show segment of Bill Maher, and in it he tells more about what he was trying to say in his show, and here goes the clip.
Distracts from the main point. And the main point I was making was that if the Pope, instead of a religious figure, was the CEO of a chain of nationwide daycare centers who had thousands of employees who had been caught molesting children and then covering it up, he would have been in jail. So, and I noticed they didn't say a word about that.
Yeah.